Hello everyone and welcome back to a Gran Turismo time trial video where we're at Autopolis in a Toyota Supra. But that's not the only car you can choose. No, it's not. In fact, you can choose any Group 4 car. And we're on racing hard tyres. Now, as I said previously, I've removed the difficulty because that's definitely personal preference. There's too many variables. And I've also removed the gold estimate time because I just can't get it close enough, in my opinion. I've given it a try for a long period of time, but I just can't get it close enough, so I have removed that. I'll update the graphic, of course, accordingly. Now, if you do enjoy these videos, remember to give it a like, do subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with each and every guide, also the weekly race guides, car profiles, the works. But let's jump into this time trial and let's show you how to do it. So first of all, I want you to take a really wide line on the last corner, okay? This will give you a 10th on the straight, okay? A really wide line, accelerate through the corner, and then head towards the line. You're looking for around 118 miles an hour on the line, okay? And there we go. We add kilometers an hour now because I can't get the replay to match up accordingly. Right, we're going to head towards turn 1, head over towards the left-hand side of the circuit. And there are some markers here you can use. You've got the 100 board there. However, I'm trying to brake as close to the orange end of the barrier there as close as possible as it hits the edge of my screen, okay? I'm really trying to go far on this braking zone. Now, with this corner, you don't want to turn in too early, but you also don't want to turn in too late either. But too many people turn in too early and run wide on exit. So try and delay the throttle mid-corner as well as you leave that corner. You may suffer a bit of oversteer, so just be careful of that. Apply the throttle a bit more softly to really try and maximize the grip there. In towards turn 2 then, we have that escape road on the left-hand side there. Really easy marker for this one. I use that as it hits the edge of my screen. I go on the brakes. As the edge hits the bottom of my screen, I should probably say there. The escape road on the left-hand side, you can see it here on chase cam for you if you're unsure. We go hard on the brakes. And as we come into here, we release the brakes and we just want to maximize our speed through these corners. You may dab the brakes a little bit like I do there, or you may just roll through the corners. Either works there, okay? It really does if you're trying to get the gold time. Now, heading in towards this hairpin, it's the end of the curb on the right-hand side. Really easy brake marker to spot here. You can see I'm just going on the brakes now. So it's before that curb ends on the edge of my screen, okay? Before it ends, you can see I'm on the brakes here on chase cam as well. You get a good idea where I am on the circuit. Now, with this hairpin, what I would recommend is a minimum of 40 miles an hour. I dropped to 39 there, but 40 is a good one. On exit, be careful, power oversteer. Really easy to get there in the Supra, but other cars might not suffer as much. As we go into this left-hander, okay, in the Supra, I am not braking for this corner. I lift and I'm going to drop a gear. The curb is where you should start turning. You can see the time marks on there as well. You can see it here on chase cam. Very easy to spot them. As I say, as I go into here, I don't really want to brake. I want to lift there. I drop a gear. The gear allows me to rotate, okay? Third gear, very good gear for rotation. And what I'm looking for then is the marshal box. As that goes towards the center of my screen, that's when I start to accelerate. If you're suffering with understeer, wait for it to go closer to the center. If you're really trying to push the limits, go before it hits the center, okay? Really good marker for accelerating that. I obviously accelerate through the corner there. You don't really want to lift on exit, but it's better to lift than crash. So keep that in mind as you do this lap. And as we head up towards this hairpin here then, what we're looking for is on the right-hand side. We've got many brake markers here. You've got the arrow, so it's after the arrow for me in the Supra. You've got the pole there on the catch fence, which is what I use. Or you can try and get as close to the 50 board as possible. Now, I would recommend using the pole in the Supra. Other cars will vary, of course, so I've given you various brake markers here. And as we go hard into this corner, you actually want to take quite a tight line here. Now, start to accelerate quite early, but only go full throttle when you're over the crest of the hill. Otherwise, you'll get a lot of oversteer. I got a bit there, but fortunately, I managed to catch it, and we can carry on here with our fast lap. Heading down towards this right-hander then, on the right-hand side there, we've got that big observation pole, camera structure, whatever it is, on the right side. Very, very obvious brake marker. As that goes towards the edge of your screen, that's when you're going to brake. I drop a gear in the Supra and I turn in, and I'm looking to clip the curb on the inside. Be careful about carrying too much speed here. It's better to just overslow the car a little bit here to maintain a good flow in your lap. As you get to the end of the exit curb on the left-hand side, this is where you should already start turning in. Now, this is similar to that other corner where you can drop a gear and just turn in. You might dab the brake a little bit potentially, but you have to do this all before the end of the curb there. You can see I've already started turning in here. So I dab the brake a little bit here and drop to third gear. You don't have to brake there. Just come off the throttle, drop to third gear. It's absolutely fine. Going through here, then, it's all about balancing the car at this point, okay? Now, I'm stopping here. I don't have a marker for this braking zone. All I'm doing is braking in a straight line. So you see the marshal box is in the center of my screen there. Literally, I'm braking in a straight line. And I'm going to start to turn in towards the curb now, okay? And I'm going to trail brake, which means not 100% braking, 50% braking. As I turn into the curb, allows the car to rotate. Remember, a wheel can only do 50% of something if it's doing 50% of something else. Keep that in mind. Be careful oversteer on the exits here then. as we go through this left-hander. I'm balancing the car with the throttle only. No need to brake here as we then head over towards the left-hand side. Don't go too far left in Group 4, okay? Because they're not carrying as much downforce, it's better just to get on the inside, okay? The slower the car, usually you want to take the title line to maximize or minimize the track length and maximize the speed that you can. So we're turning in before the end of the curb on the left-hand side that I showed you the marker there. And as we go into here, notice that I'm just trying to slow the car down. Try and maintain 70 miles an hour. I maintain 72 there. And again, we're looking for escape roads. This is a really good accelerating marker, okay? That escape road there, you're looking around the corner anyway. It's very much in your vision. Use that. So as you get to that point, start 100% accelerating out the corner. You should make it. You should make it. There should be no issues there at all. As you continue on through here, we're going to head towards the line. And this is a 0.0, which really frustrated me because I was after a 52 so much. I kept trying. I got 0.0s, 0.0s, 0.0s. Didn't quite get the 52. Right, we're going to head towards turn number 1 then. And again, on the left-hand side, the end of the orange barrier there, hard on the brakes. Don't turn in too early here. Make sure you can see the curb, then clip the curb and accelerate through the corner. Careful on exit, of course, as you will suffer a little bit of oversteer. And if you touch the grass, you definitely will suffer some oversteer. Looking for the escape road now on the left-hand side, just past the 100 there, hard on the brakes, third gear, we turn in, we release the brakes, let the car do its thing, okay, now. Let the car accelerate through the corner, and then lift off where you need to. Don't need to brake there at all, really. You can just let the car do its own thing, as I said. End of the curb on the right side, hard on the brakes, minimum 40 miles an hour through this corner, okay. Then we start to accelerate out of the corner. Head over towards the right-hand side. Be careful of power oversteer on that. Use the curb here. We're going to turn in here, lift off, and drop a gear. That's all we're doing here. Trying to get towards the curb. As that marsh box hits the center of my screen, I start accelerating and continue on through the corner. Head up to the hairpin now. Many brake markers on the right-hand side. I'm going to brake after the arrow, after the 100 there, at the pole. Hard on the brakes now. Second gear as I go into this corner. A little bit on the throttle here. As I go over the crest of the hill, then accelerate 100% out of it. That will just save you getting the whole load of wheel spin in this Supra. Heading down here then, we're looking for that pole on the right side. As that hits the edge of my screen, I'm hard on the brakes, down a gear, then clip the curb on the inside. Remember, overslow the car if you need to. Before the end of the curb there, we turn in. Drop a gear to third gear. Again, you don't have to brake for that corner. You can just drop a gear and let the car roll if you need to as we go into this left-hander. We're then going to brake in a straight line and then trail brake through this corner. Remember, wheels can only do 100%. So if you do 50% braking, 50% turning, just think of that motto, okay? It's a bit more complex, but that's the simplistic way of viewing it as we go into this next left-hander then. Balancing the car throughout there, just being careful of any power oversteer. Before the end of the curb on the left, we're turning in here. We're just slowing the car down gradually now, maintaining at least 70 miles an hour, looking for that escape road there to accelerate through the corner and continue on towards the line. Once again, this is at 53.0. 52s are definitely possible. Do expect to see them. Probably a 52.7, 52.6 if I was to estimate anything here. We're going to go on chase cam again here then. So heading towards turn number 1. The end of the orange barrier is what I'm using there. Hard on the brakes there. It's around the same point then as we go into this right-hander then as we continue on through there. Be careful power oversteer, as I've said before. We're going to head up towards the next brake marker then, and remember, we're looking for the escape road there on the left-hand side. Hard on the brakes now, third gear, and then let the car roll. Just let the car roll, okay? Accelerate and then lift. Accelerate and lift. You don't need to brake. I'm braking because I'm trying to go for rank 1 and the 52s. It's not good. You don't need to do that to get the gold time. Hard on the brakes and in towards the hairpin at the end of the curb then. Be careful on exits of power oversteer. Again, notice that I'm trying to straighten up as best as I can. Don't really suffer too much power oversteer there. Curb here then, it's a case of drop a gear as you turn in and lift. Let the car roll a little bit. As that marsh box gets close to the center of your screen, accelerate. I've said it 3 times now. This should hopefully help you if you are using chase cam. Again, lots of brake markers on the right hand side. I am using the pole on the catch fence, but there's an arrow there, there's a 50-meter board. There's loads of stuff you can use there. So we're hard on the brakes, being careful on exit of power oversteer. A little bit more oversteer then as we continue on out of there. Trying to be aggressive then. Go for this 52. As we head down here on the right side, that big old pole there, just before the edge of your screen on chase cam as we chuck it in there. And remember, overslow the car if you need to. Before the end of the curb there, that's when you turn in. Again, you don't have to brake necessarily, just drop a gear, let the car roll through the corner if you are suffering there. Through the left-hander we go, brake in a straight line and trail brake through this corner. Let the car do its thing. You can let the car roll a lot on the top list and you will be fine. You really will be fine. Accelerator out here. This is a bit deadly, this part of the circuit. Again, you're just controlling the car with the throttle. Don't brake here, otherwise you are going to suffer more and more oversteer as we go into this right-hander. So we're looking to take a tight line here. We're looking for that escape road. We start accelerating when we get close to it, and then we're going to head towards the line. And once again, this is the 53.0, 52, 7 or 6. Probably going to be where the rank 1 time is, so where that gold sits, you can work that out there. But yeah, this one, a fun one, but it can be a bit frustrating with some of the off-camber corners. It really can be. I'd say I can see 52s and my theoreticals in the 52s. I just didn't quite get there. I might try later today if I get time, but it is what it is in this situation. If you did enjoy this video, do give it a like. Do subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the support. We're on our journey to 50k now, which is mental to say. Now, if you are struggling on last week's time trial guide at Monza, you can check that out there for you. Alternatively, another video there if you want to check out some of the other content on the channel. Once again, a big thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.